Video is better.
Good? Take when you're good. All right.
That's it?
That was
Come
it.
on, dog. You gotta put it back in there.
He's already tearing up.
That go, where's that go? Oh.
This goes right into the chemical reagent.
Get next to
The chemical reagent. We'll go ahead and separate all the
Let me get a picture.
donning. Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Right on, right on.
You put it in there,
Yeah,
and
basically this is the chemical reagent which separates all the products. We're separating what's called the antigen or the proteins that are connected to the coronavirus. And this is all it is, like a little chemistry set, right?
Okay.
And so we mix it, swish it, take it out of there, we put the cap on it. And so from there, we turn it over this way and we drop it into the cassette.
okay.
This is in high.
Yeah, that's not hot.
So it's a little cassette, almost like a pregnancy test. You can see it now filling up the cassette.
What's that, a timer?
Yep, 15 minutes max. Just let it cook.
Get your results.
And once it's done, we put it inside the device to analyze it to make sure it's either negative or positive.
How big of an issue do you think false positives are, like in like the pandemic results, or like overall just like what's going on, like a false positive, like?
Well, if there is a false positive on the rapid test, the real quick backup to confirm it is what they call the PCR test, where we swab again, send it to the lab, have the lab analyze it a little bit more, you know.
How do you know it's a false positive though? Like people ask you take it again or something,
Yeah,
or
if it's a false positive, we have to connect the story of their exposure and symptoms
okay,
to the timeline.
to be able to decide if it's
Right.
it's worthy of taking another test or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so if we don't have full confidence that this is a real positive test, then we have a backup system for that. But a lot of it has to do with timing of the test more than anything else. Because I've had people test negative, but were very symptomatic, and then 24 hours later they became positive on the test. So timing has always been everything. It's not really the device itself.
Yeah.
It's always been the time. So if you came to me and said, hey, you know, I was over at the gym over here watching these guys, a couple of those guys came out positive.
Yeah.
Do I need a test? Well, if you weren't wearing a mask, if you're wearing the mask down below or not at all, yes, you were in direct exposure because it's airborne, right? So it's all over the place. But you come to the office, you test negative. That doesn't mean you're gonna be negative, you know, over the next 2 weeks. You can convert in the next 3 to 4 days to positive. So surveillance is very important. And so that means the CDC says quarantine yourself. Definitely start doing that. And anybody else you're around, get them tested too. I think everybody's gotten so much better at understanding the directions now and what it takes to keep yourself safe and everything, that you see the numbers start coming down, which is what we always wanted. It took a while to get there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
All right, man. So when's your next trip? When's your next trip? Where you going now? Oh, for next year. Right?
So now it's in that device. What's that?
It's gonna read the cassette to see. Yeah, it's gonna read. It's gonna tell you. Negative.
So he's good.
He's good. So
Charles Martin is ready to rock.
Continue workout.
Your guy's ready. He's good. He's good to go.
Hey, yo, Charles. Charles Martin, you are not the father.
All right, you gotta go back to work. See you guys. All right, Manny.
Crazy.
Out of here.